populate these dumb fuckers.
These idiots.
And it would just be the screensaver.
Welcome, you morons, to the Eggo Hour, where we'll make some waffles and talk about
The
books.
Eggo Hour?
The Eggo Hour.
Waffle books, right?
Ooh.
Why does it always come back to like Palpatine or?
You are the ones that are the bollikers.
Oh.
Henceforth.
No.
What the fuck is the Sith?
Did you see this cursed image that I discovered?
Jesus. What is that? Stop it. I hate That is crazy.
It's so... I jumped to an old date and then it just appeared. It was this one. You are like... Voldemort like spawning out of my face. It's horrible. It's horrifying, dude. I need to get that framed.
Encrypted.
All right.
I'm going to send it out. People can purchase that photo as an NFT.
Ooh. That would be a good NFT. Honestly. Or I at least post it on Cursed Images. Okay. Time to commence.
Devil's real. Henceforth, we shall be known as Rogue Squadron. I am Opar.
I am Commander Cody.
We're back at it. Welcome, you freaks.
It's Monday night.
Monday night, April 11th.
4/11. Doesn't have any special significance to me. Doesn't mean anything.
It does now. Henceforth,
Episode 297.
April 11th shall be known
It's
as
going to go down in infamy
the Eggo Day.
as the date where we got kicked off of YouTube once and for all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Welcome, everybody. Thanks for joining in. Turkey Sandwich, Daco, Witch Hunter. Making it happen.
Classics supreme.
I'm happy that you've been playing Elden Ring, my friend.
I've put a surprising amount of hours into it already. It's an easy one. It's one of those, just like Skyrim, that it's easy just to jump on for even like a half hour. Run somewhere, beat up on someone, save, quit, and you're done.
Beat up on someone. To start accosting people and then log off.
Yeah. And then, it's another one that you can spend 4 hours just running through. Cause,
or 100. Or 300.
Yeah, one small.
Tommy Boy said his buddy is 300 hours in and still hasn't beaten everything.
Well, it's one of those, I feel like you can just slow play it.
Oh, yeah.
If you want. If you want to.
Yeah, you can, and it's worth it.
I am supreme surprised, excited, flabbergasted at Elden Ring.
Good. This pleases me.
Guys, it's not hard. It's really not.
It's maybe the easiest game I've ever played.
No. Not the game itself. Making a good game. Let me build a character in a wide open world, and let's go at it. It's like, it's not like astoundingly beautiful. While I will admit, I was looking at the ocean, the water.
Oh, I think it is astoundingly beautiful.
Holy shit! I mean, it's a beautiful game, but I'm not like blown away by the CGI.
Well,
but
you're still in the first area.
Yeah. Well, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
When does the second area start? Beyond the castle?
After you get past Stormvale, yeah, you get into the second area.
Well, aren't I there? I think. I don't know.
Well, yeah, we just beat Fucknuts the other day.
Fucknuts Supreme, the ultimate.
Yeah. Gross boss, right? He just fucking sews extra body parts on himself.
Gangly
That's
bitch.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Godric the Grafted.
There's definitely some overlap in themes between Blasphemous and Elden Ring. Just kind of the gross grotesqueness of it. Of course, Blasphemous was deeply rooted in like religious stuff. Not that Elden Ring doesn't have those aspects, but everything on screen was like, oh, look, a baby with its throat slit with a rosary in the blood, and you're like, this is the boss I got to beat right in front of me.
Thank you. This is pleasant. I
got to stab the bleeding baby more.
I'm enjoying my Sunday afternoon.
And as I slice it, it cries. And it's like, oh, my God, what am I fighting right now?
Yeah, we get some of that in Elden.
Yeah, you do.
It's good.
Definitely.
It's essentially Dark Souls 4, and I have no problem with that. So you said it's not that hard to make a game. Here's how I feel about it. I feel like From Software has just fully stuck to their roots since day one. They're like, these are the games we like to make, and we're going to make them. And over time, fans have globbed onto it, and it's just been snowballing since then. But they haven't really diverted course. They haven't been like, oh, well, Demon Souls only got so many sales, so we're going to try a totally different new formula. They're just like, this is what we're doing. And they've done it like 7 times. And like over time, you see the result. Like finally, Elden Ring at the right time, right place. All the other games are shitting the bed. Elden Ring comes out, and it's still From Software just doing their thing that they love. But now it reached such a fucking height. Everyone's talking about it. Everyone's playing it. And now it's such a huge, huge success.
The only thing I would say to contest that is there is no other good games.
What do you mean?
Like my point being, if Elden Ring launched and Fallout 4 launched at the same time, it would split people's attention.
Well, that's what happened with like Dark Souls 1 or whatever came out at that same time.
Yeah, there's a lot of overlap. You go back, everybody knows. You go back, there's a lot of games.
Yeah.
Currently, there are not a ton of big games that are just launching and everybody loves. So it stands alone, which
exactly.
Praise them for doing it right and having a strong launch.
Mm-hmm.
Timing is definitely a part of it. Is my point, but you still have to make the game,
right?
And it's not buggy. I will say frame rate. I don't know if it's my internet or my TV or if it's just the game itself, but I do notice I drop frames fairly regularly in the game.
I knew that was a problem for PC. I had an issue the first week, and then whatever patch they put out, I haven't had a problem on Xbox since.
Yeah, I noticed it. I mean, I just noticed it this morning, so it was like, well,
it might have mostly been in that first area. Actually, maybe it was just that I moved out of that first area that I stopped noticing it.
It's not like game changing, but it is noticeable. I don't notice that in too many other games.
Yeah. I wonder if just 50% of people that are playing are all just in that first area.
It's true, but
so
what?
The servers are probably squashed.
Also, maybe playing into it is my character's fast as fuck. That's the only thing it's got going for me. So I am flipping and jumping and attacking, and it's just like go, 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 go. Maybe the game's like, hold on, bro.
Relax. Be a strength build. Calm down.
Yeah. But no,
it
pleases me. It pleases me.
Good.
I tweak my character as of late, and I'm just annihilating everybody. I literally got that claw, so I'm running around like Wolverine, and I'm fucking people up.
Makes a huge difference, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, dude, it's such a huge difference. I can't even explain. I walked out and I killed a boss, handled 3 giants, and then went into a new area with no fucks given and tackled an invader all without saving. I was just on a fucking run, and I was like, dude, everybody out of my way.
Oh yeah, no, it feels great. Let's even having some experience in other Souls games, very nice. The first, I wasn't upset, but I was just kind of making my way through the game the first 10 or 12 hours because I was didn't find a weapon that I liked. I didn't know if I liked my build. It just didn't feel quite right. But then you find that right weapon, and everything just clicks in and just feels like a totally different game.
Well, and the items that are dropped, is it random?
Some are, some aren't.
Well, okay, so for the big bosses, they usually drop one thing. But the mini bosses and the stronger knights, I feel like I've killed the same guy several times, and sometimes he drops nothing, and sometimes I'll get a badass shield or something.
Yeah, so all those, for example, in front of the gate to Stormvale, you have that whole camp of soldiers. If you keep farming them, they will, at random, drop set pieces of their armor weapon or shield.
Yeah.
So you can get a full set by killing those guys. That's at random. But some enemies, like the NPC invaders, will always drop the same thing.
Right.
You kill them once, and then they're done. Bosses always drop the same thing, et cetera, et cetera.
Cool. Yeah, I'm pleased. I am pleased.
glad,
I don't want to
man.
go too far into it because if you guys
Okay,
aren't playing
you
it, it is what it is. Random Witch Hunter says, "Dudes, Sonic 2 was hilarious." I thought Sonic 1 was fun.
I never ended up seeing it.
See, there's that list that you just
I know.
swinging and a missing, bro.
I can pull it up. I have completed some, but Sonic was not high up.
Or Detective Pikachu, or Shazam, or you want me to go down the list?
That's true. You remember
Of course,
the
I'm
list.
standing here. I don't have it. I haven't watched Eternals.
You haven't seen the Batman yet?
I haven't seen the Batman yet. Yeah.
That was one that was the Batman and Spider-Man No Way Home were both like, yeah, man, I got to see these like right away.
Yeah.
It was important to me. Now, this list has grown because now I'm including a bunch of things that I have seen, but it's been a while. Like I put Avatar on here because I've only seen it once. And I was like, I should watch it again eventually, just to see what the deal is. Or like Blues Brothers. I haven't seen that in 15
The
years.
classic one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's on the list, I just want to see it.
Yeah.
Dogma, because you can't find
I don't know where to go.
Kevin Smith movies on streaming at all. But
You have to find a broken copy at a local DVD shop or something.
I don't have a way to play it. I got the new Xbox now. Nothing
Yeah.
I own has a drive in it.
Oh, yeah.
So
We've got an old PS4 and my old Xbox still. I got
Oh, yeah.
options.
I got rid of my old one. I just didn't want it sitting around.
But does that
Is that how the movie goes?
Peter Yanks? Okay.
I put Pink Floyd The Wall on here too because I haven't seen that in like 15 years.
No, I was just thinking about that. I've been on a Pink Floyd mood. I was up at my parents' house and my dad just played Dark Side like on YouTube, and it pre-played Wish You Were Here, and I was like, fuck, I can't get out of this, so it's just a power weekend of Floyd.
Yeah. Classic rock, man. It does it. My daughter's obsessed with turning on the record player. It's low enough that she can like lean up and hit the start and stop button. So I'll just she loves heavy metal, but I'll just put random records in there. So that way when she turns it on, it's just something new and just to see what she likes about it. And recently was a live album from The Doors. And she was digging it, man.
Yeah.
I
It's funny watching
want to
them.
apply like tastes to her, but I feel now that I've seen so much of her interest in music, I think she just likes any kind of music. Like if there's
Yeah.
music playing, she's happy. It doesn't matter what it is.
See, no, we're very opposite. We're very picky over here. I put on BT Bam, and he's enthralled. He stops
yeah.
exactly what he's doing, and he watches the entire music video. Watches
Especially that Future is Behind Us video
Dude,
because it's all
it's-
black and white. They're just like,
it all. Holy smokes! Yeah,
and it's not even that like hard at first. You know?
right. But there's he's a metalhead for sure. Because we'll put on like 90s alternative or classic rock. He pays no attention, and then as soon as he
interest.
hears BT Bam, he's like, "Wait a second,
Hell yeah, man.
hold on, let me watch this." There are some other metal bands that he listens to, but yeah. So Turkey says Batman comes out on HBO Max Monday 4/18. With that, we're a week away.
Damn, dude, that's quick.
Hell yeah,
That's like 6 weeks since it released.
nice.
That's awesome, though, man.
Maybe they're doing that on purpose because HBO has exclusive
They got
to the
special rights.
DC stuff. So
Fuck, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, I got to watch it again then.
I'll
next week.
see it in about a week. Yeah, nice.
Ugh, I can't wait. It was so good.
The other one I was been on my short list, but it's just too much time. Is Justice League Snyder Cut.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a minute before I can watch that one again.
I want to watch it again, but
It'll be so the next thing that comes out that's close to the Snyderverse thing, I'll probably watch it like before that. Because aren't they supposed to keep spinning that off into not another Batman movie, but aren't there going to be other offshoots?
That's going to be a movie at some point, not
What?
another Batman movie.
the newer, darker Batman film, not
Oh,
another
yeah.
Batman film.
It's just, yeah.
It'd be a funny spoof. Not another teen movie and Batman mashup.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I mean. They're going to take some of those characters and do some more spin-offs now because fans like the Snyder Cut so much. I believe that was the consensus. So I'll wait until then. I can't pour, as you said, my list has not been shrunk at all. I can't pour 4 hours into that again.
Yeah. Daco says, I started watching a bit of the Clone Wars in prep. I should do that. I should also power through Rebels. I haven't done that. I've picked Rebels, like bits and pieces, and watched the peaks.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Yeah. Speaking of Kenobi, we should discuss that it is now a delayed double feature. So, I mean, I have feelings about this, but but at least they're taking a couple steps back, but also giving us something. So, it's like, okay, fine. Instead of just taking it all away and letting us die, they're at least, hey, it's delayed, but you get to it.
All right, so I have a couple thoughts. As I saw that, I shared it to our group chat, and my initial reaction was like, oh, what a surprise. Of course, Disney.
Yeah.
I didn't say anything, though, I don't think. I just wanted to see what people thought about it. But, yeah, it's almost just like, of course it's pushed back. Like, what do we expect? Like,
yeah.
That's just par for the course these days with them.
Yeah, exactly. Are we surprised? Absolutely not. At least we're still getting it. I don't know how. Like, what's a week do? Are they cutting it that fucking close?
No, it's not even a week.
Or is it 2 weeks?
No. It's
just a couple days.
It's like 2 days.
Oh, that's right.
That's what I was just gonna say. Is like, I wonder if it was like a real like Disney fuck up, or if they are doing it strategically for some other reason. Because they're pushing it from Wednesday to Friday.
I'm wondering if, was the original thing they were supposed to launch on Wednesday, and then the second episode was supposed to be Friday anyways?
No, I think they were going to start doing every Wednesday like Boba Fett. I wonder if they think Kenobi's going to have more eyes, so they want to push it to Friday nights.
Look,
Maybe.
or it could be something stupid that there was a decision made, hey, the first 2 episodes are very closely related, and let's not tease people. Let's get this story going. This is my idea as a story writer myself, as you guys know. You've read my book.
As an accredited IMDb screenwriter.
I'm just saying, if they slow play us as much as they did in Boba Fett,
right? Like if they feel the first episode is weak-ish,
yeah,
they don't want to leave you on that high of like, oh my god, it's Kenobi, and then the first episode was slow.
Yeah,
and now
exactly.
We're all pissed. Yeah.
But if they do combine the two, and the story gets off to a launching point by the end of the second episode, let's fucking buckle down. Like I'm for it.
So you're saying they're catering directly to you and I?
Yes, and they should.
That's exactly what I expect.
Yeah, I want to hear. I want to hear the droid march. I want to hear, Across the Stars. I want to hear them all. I want to hear everything. Prequels punching me in the face, and then just show dusty Obi-Wan, and that's all I really need.
Yeah.
Even just a hint of Vader's breathing in a scene somewhere. That's all, guys. Truly, all we want is Vader on scene, Vader and Obi-Wan, but I don't expect them to throw it right in front of us. So some breathing, that's how you introduce Vader, regardless of the story.
You got to tease it. Yeah.
And they did it so tastefully at the end of Fallen Order. Like...
Exactly.
You know what, Fallen Order, like for I don't even want to call it lackluster, but, the gameplay was fun.
Anti-replayability.
Anti-replayability. Everybody knows our thoughts on it. But what they did right was build, they just created anticipation. Like, you're like, oh my God, suspense. And you get to that. This is the craziest thing. We're walking through Order 66. We're walking through the Inquisitors. It's all wrapped around that. We have a list of Force-sensitive children. As I'm playing this game, the craziest thing is my mind isn't going to Vader, which was great storytelling. Like, that you walk through this, and then at the very end, you get smacked in the face with Vader, and you're like, I can't fucking handle it. And I've watched reaction videos. I think I've mentioned this, but I still go back to it because it really just, if you're a huge Star Wars fan, it hits different. The end of that game, it really does. And I'd like watching other people experience it for the first time.
And I lucked out. I did not see that commercial. Because remember, they put out a commercial with Vader in it like a couple days before the game launched to try to like drive sales.
Bunch of morons.
Luckily, I didn't see that. So when I played the game, I actually was surprised. And then I went back and like was watching review videos, and they were like, "Yeah, they spoiled the reveal in this goddamn commercial."
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I know what you mean though. Slow burn, kind of divert your attention, try to throw you off course, and then he just smacks you in the face.
Yeah.
Now,
and they could do the same thing with Obi-Wan. Because I mean, Obi-Wan's going to be
say, but they've given. We know he's going to be there. We know Hayden's back, so there's not too much diversion that can happen.
Yeah.
And they only have 6 episodes, so I feel like it won't be. Maybe they won't be beating around the bush. I don't know.
I forgot that it's only 6 episodes.
Treat it just like a long movie, broken up into chapters.
Why don't they just give us a long movie then?
A 4.5-hour movie. Hey, I've been asking for that since I watched Lord of the Rings for the first time.
You know what an entire trilogy is? It's 3 movies broken. It's one long movie. That's what the trilogy is. It's one long story. So
yeah,
why not? And really, truly, I think they could dabble in this 2-movie series thing where Obi-Wan.
That's kind of what the 6-episode thing is, though.
I know, but kind of not.
Because like for Moon Knight, they're calling it like the 6-episode limited series event or whatever. They have some term for it, you know. They're not billing it as like a full show. They're like a limited time event. And I think they're billing Kenobi around the same kind of thing. It's like 6 episodes, one and done probably. It's not going to go on for like 3 months straight.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I'm hoping they're longer. Of course, I'm hoping they're longer episodes. But you know, at this, I tell you what, if anything's under a half hour, it's not going to be good.
It's such a waste.
It is. It's a waste of time. By the time you get going, we're already stopping, and you're like, dude, come on.
Let's also not forget that for a long time, shows were like 20 episodes a season.
Yeah.
And then we get to the Game of Thrones era, and every episode's an hour long, so now we're down to like 10 episodes a season. And then now with like Boba Fett was 7, and now Moon Knight and Kenobi, we're down to 6. Like, I know you don't want to drag it on for too long, and we don't want to just get filler, but at the same time, like, it's Kenobi. I feel like we could do more than 6. Come on.
Yeah, you're not wrong. But, you know, it is kind of new area where it's Kenobi and Vader. That's what we're dealing with. Where Game of Thrones, we have like 30 characters that we're jumbling around, and we can go off to different shoots at any point. So,
True.
I think, you know, quite possibly when after we watch Kenobi, we could be very happy with 6. So, yeah, of course we don't want the trash episodes, the filler. So I'd rather it be 6 and not 10 with filler. So
yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So we're about 6 weeks away, 7 weeks away from that.
I don't keep count,
and that airs during Celebration. Maybe that's why they did it. It was going to air Wednesday. Celebration starts on Thursday. Maybe they did that on purpose so they can do like maybe Ewan McGregor will be at Celebration, probably.
Or they'll have a strong trailer drop, something that they're going to be like, by the way, bitches, Friday.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm here for it. I'll watch it.
It's not whatever, but we're here waiting.
I honestly am like half and half. I'm half whatever, and I'm like half like fucking jazzed.
Is that an issue?
Yeah, but again, that's what we talked about last time. It's like I'm reserved in my excitedness. Yeah, it's a weird feeling. It's like I've come to just be like a little more flippant about new releases. And even though it's Kenobi and I'm like, oh, prequels, I'm like, yeah, but Disney. No, I shouldn't even say Disney. That's not the problem. I don't know what the problem is, man, because like the Marvel stuff's all good. So it's not Disney.
We'll see. Everybody knows.
It happens.
I mean, what Fallen Order did do is make me appreciate the Inquisitors a lot more. So hopefully that overflows into Kenobi, because obviously they're going to be probably in the forefront hunting Jedi of sorts. I mean, that's what their jobs are.
Yeah, I didn't love them in the in Rebels, but they definitely came to the forefront in Fallen Order, and it seems like are all the Inquisitors except for the Grand Inquisitor? They're all new characters in Kenobi, right? That we saw in the trailer.
Oh,
or is there some crossover?
I don't know. I didn't pay that hard attention.
Because there's like 9 of them, right? And I don't remember. I don't remember any of them.
At this point, I don't know.
There's too many.
Too many.
Where do all these people come from, man? Just like
that's a good point.
Just like the Jedi stealing children, Palpatine's out here stealing children.
He's just stealing full-grown adults.
Full-grown adults. Fucking brainwashing them like, you're gonna hunt my enemies.
He's just walking around Coruscant. Hey, what do you do? You're an accountant? Do you really like it? Oh, you hate it. Come with me.
You want to come with me now?
You
want to hunt Jedi?
Perfect.
Can you imagine, like, in the fanboys era, getting hyped for something like Phantom Menace and like thinking about Kenobi's coming back in a limited series, Vader's coming back, the fucking Inquisitors are live action?
You know, I wasn't old enough to theorize for like the prequels, like in anticipation for the prequels, but it must have been a crazy feeling because you're sitting there, all you have is 4, 5, 6, and you're like, okay, well, clearly fucking Obi-Wan's gonna be there, and he was only in one movie, you know, he was only in episode 4, so what are they gonna do? You know, who is he gonna be? And then you right off the bat, you get kicked off with Kenobi and his master, and you're like, oh my god, we get to see his master.
I love it.
There's a lot of drops, and then you've only heard of this dude named Anakin, and of course, episode 1 comes along, and you're like, oh, that kid, he's fucking Vader. Oh shit! And you're like, ah. I don't know.
Well, I think we know from some reviews and fan reactions that people were not necessarily pleased that it was a child. But I feel like if you watched with no knowledge of Star Wars, if you started at episode 1, even if you started at episode 4, if you watched them all back to back, I feel like it would be way less jarring than waiting, 15 years.
It's actually a weird point that you made. Episode 1's the only one with a kid.
Yeah.
Out of
There's some
every
kids
single
in episode 8, but yeah.
Who?
There's some kids in episode 8,
yeah, but they don't
like
count.
A lead character.
They don't count. Episode 1 is literally the only movie wrapped around a kid, and it's like loosely wrapped around a kid. Mm-hmm. But for a saga or a film series around for children, it's interesting that they don't use children.
Yeah, I wonder if there's like a hard reason behind that. Because they suck at acting?
I mean, the only other thing that I could think is like Clone Wars, where Ahsoka's kind of a kid when you first find her, and then Rebels, where
it's animated though.
True, but it's still kind of wrapped around her a little bit, and then Rebels with Ezra,
Aladdin. Yeah,
I will say, with the local kids in the neighborhood, I was asking one of them, "Who's your favorite Star Wars character?" And the youngest quickly said Ezra, and I was like, "Oh,
really?
Look at that!"
I wonder if anybody's out there saying that the dude from Resistance is their favorite. I don't think so. Did you even forget that show even existed?
Well, we skipped last week, but in my podcast points, I probably deleted it. But I had a link to the series, the different. Even if it's animated, it was all the Star Wars series ranked, and way at the bottom was Resistance. I was like, fuck, I completely forgot about that one.
Yeah, it's a bummer. I thought the art style was cool, but it just didn't grab me, which is unfortunate. Because I wanted more of that expanded content in the sequel era, but that's like the only thing that we had at the time other than books, and I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like we need a live action. Well, there's a whole bunch of things on the slate. We just got to get through the rest of this year. But there was a bunch of stuff they announced, like Acolyte and everything. I know that's High Republic, but I'm talking about more non-movie, non-Skywalker saga. I'm talking myself in circles. That is the Skywalker saga, the sequel trilogy. I'm just saying getting out of like the 1 through 6 timeline.
Yeah. It'll be a long time. Let me ask you this, because I like doing what ifs.
You should watch the What If series by Marvel.
Possibly. I watched the first one and I was like, eh. What if they didn't kill off Luke in the sequels? What if he lived? How would you feel about that?
I wouldn't like it.
That's my immediate response, but like thinking about it, it would have been really, really fucking cool for Rey to finally take down Palpatine, Luke to really realize what the failure of the Jedi was, and for Luke and Rey to kind of move on beyond that as Master and Apprentice. I kind of like that idea, especially if they're going to be making 10, 11, 12 or anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, Mark Hamill, you're going to be limited by the time we get to that point because Mark's going to be 100 and...
I don't think he'll ever be coming back other than de-aged CGI.
Yeah, I think it could have gotten fun again. And not that it wasn't fun, but they could have kept it fun.
Yeah, I mean, I love the idea of like a wise old sage Luke Skywalker being more of a master and less of like a, Force ghost kind of giving you hints.
Well, maybe
it's a good idea, but
maybe I feel that way because I haven't seen Master Luke outside of him. Well, and of course we've got that glimpse in Boba where he's training Grogu. But just a little snippet, but maybe that's why I feel this way. I saw that and I was like, fuck. Even though I'm like not a huge Luke fan, that's fucking legit, and I want to see more of that. So maybe I'm thinking, hey, maybe they shouldn't have killed him off. Mm-hmm. He could have been like that wise old sage, like you said. Mage.
You know what I just got some vibes about though is like when we see him in Boba Fett, Luke is talking to Grogu as if he's been prepping for a new academy for like a decade and he's done all this research and he's fucking ready to go. It's only been a couple years. Like, it just popped in my head that, like, Luke is maybe a little too eager to rebuild the Jedi Order, and that is, like, an obvious thing that's going to play into what happens to Kylo down the line. Is, like, maybe he wasn't ready. Like, yeah, he beat Darth Vader, and Palpatine ended up dying, kind of, and he's a legend, but is he ready to lead an entire group of students? I don't think so.
Right. And, he didn't beat Vader. Well, of course, from a certain point of view, he didn't beat Vader. I mean. He didn't beat Vader because he was more powerful or more wise. He beat him because he was his son. Like, that gave him like a 90% better chance to beat him. Because if he wasn't his son, Vader would have slaughtered the fuck and moved on. And even
plus 10 relations.
Yeah, exactly. And even Palpatine wouldn't have been interested in Luke. If he wasn't a Skywalker, so literally his namesake saved him and made him a legend. So, of course, that's something that we see play out in Ben. He's trying to, get rid of that namesake and become his own person. So he literally goes to the dark side because his last name's Solo.
And that's why it would have been so cool for Rey to learn from the namesake and then not have it because she's a nobody, and then have a way to carry on all of the good stuff and leave all the baggage behind. But of course. No, she's a Palpatine.
Yeah. What about if they didn't kill off Kylo? How would you feel then? If Ben and Rey were able to move forward as kind of equals, that would have been...
I know this would never have happened because Rey is the main character and it's Star Wars, but I really kind of wanted Kylo to get redeemed, Ben Solo's back, and he's the one that survives. Or I really would have liked that.
I would have just liked the adventures of Ben and Rey. Like, moving forward, to be honest, like, they've both been through their own trials. One is, like, legitimately trained. The other one has the ancient texts and been trained by Luke. I don't know.
She's got the street smarts.
But, it's kind of that.
Kylo's got the book smarts.
Yeah.
And
together they... I don't know.
That'd be a weird, like... siblings, sometimes sexual tension, forced dyad, relationship between them after they save the galaxy.
Well, the dyad thing is the thing that I'm interested in. Like, with them actually working together. Of course, I know they fight Palpatine at the end of 9, but to have a whole series of them trying to overcome whatever's in front of them and them being kind of split down the middle. Like, they're both very, very strong, but you split them up and they're like, well, Rey's just kind of a scavenger.
I wonder if the Force was, like, out of balance with both of them. Like, I wonder if they, together, as a dyad, started becoming more powerful, if that would, like, throw things out of whack.
Yeah.
Because doesn't Palpatine say, like, it hasn't been seen in, like, generations? So it's got to be some weird anomaly. It's throwing the whole fucking galaxy out of bend.
And maybe the reason for the dyad was because Palpatine's back. And the Force was like, yo, dude, we killed you off.
Like, now we got to fucking throw in the...
Well, now we got to throw a dyad in
Hail
there.
Mary and get a dyad up in this bitch. We got to make up new things just to balance you out.
We got to make a dagger with a map on it.
We got to bring the Goonies into the Star Wars universe just to get you to go the fuck away, Sheev.
I won't let that up. I know it's a small little snippet, but it's like, oh no.
It's so out of place.
Yeah.
Because the one whatever. I was just going to try to puzzle it out again, but we don't have to.
Turkey Sandwich says, what more does Luke have to accomplish after The Last Jedi? He doesn't. It's kind of like Yoda. Yoda has nothing to accomplish, but he's there and he's very, very important. There's no story building with it. It's the old mage standing there like
yeah. I mean, I guess it might have been cool for him to carry on into 9 and then die like towards the end. So like one of Big Rey's big moments that kind of causes her to change course is when she stabs Kylo. So that could have been like Luke dying if Luke had survived into Episode 9. So that would have been cool to see him, but I think by the end of the trilogy, he does have to go.
Well, the other thing is, no one's ever really gone. You can have him as a Force ghost.
Really gone. Yeah.
You can literally have him as a Force ghost, so it doesn't matter.
With a different wig. I won't. You won't let the dagger go. I won't let that go. His hair looks so weird in Episode 9.
Oh, you know what? I forgot that he did come back.
It's a different wig. It's just like...
Jesus. My mind completely blocked that out. I forgot that he does come back.
Back at all?
Because he catches the saber when she throws it in. Oh, my God.
A Jedi's weapon deserves more respect.
God, why did you do that?
You see, guys, we're undoing it.
We fixed it, look.
You didn't like it, so we did it different. Star Wars.
Yeah. At least we got Solo in Rogue One.
I love Solo, honestly.
It's very cool. You know, stylistically, like the coloring and the mood, Solo's way up there. Way up there. I really like The Last Jedi, too, with the red. But as far as, like, uniqueness, Solo's way up there. Like, Rogue One's on point.
Does its own thing.
Rogue One's on point. It feels OT. But it's not like, I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't have like that one characteristic that kind of sets it apart. Like you said, Last Jedi was all red. Solo
was like
had
blue
that
and
cinematography, like that dark, like moody cinematography.
Everything what happened at night in the rain, all the mud skull stuff. You're like, I can barely see what's going on, but I love it.
Well, if you like that, you're really gonna love the Batman in theaters now.
In theaters, wouldn't Batman have a real high pitched, squeaky voice, not a deep echolocation?
He has the man part of his voice is still man.
Could you imagine him running in, just scream? There's 4 of you in here.
Like a submarine. I'm excited for you to see that.
I'm excited.
And I'm excited to watch it again. Mm-hmm. It's a longie, though. It's a longie.
Random snippet on HBO, if anyone's a basketball fan. Honestly, I won't even say if you're a basketball fan. It's about the Lakers in the late 70s.
It's on my list.
But it's a period piece, so it's literally like filmed like it's in the 70s. Even the film style and the direction, everything is on par. John C. Reilly is one of the main characters who is awesome. But even though it's about the business end of the Lakers franchise, and we get to see Kareem and Magic Johnson during that era. You barely even see basketball. Like, you see a little bit of practice, so you don't even have to really know anything about basketball or even be a fan to really watch that and enjoy it. It's the business end of it, and it gets pretty gritty pretty quick, so it's fun.
Nice. Yeah, that's on my list. I saw a trailer for it while we were watching. What were we watching on there? The Gilded Age. Yeah, I saw a trailer for I saw John C. Reilly. I was like, yeah, dude, I want to see that.
Yeah.
Click add to list.
But it's the thing that jumped out to me is again the style and the theme of the filming. And the editing. It's so on point.
You got to have it, man. Yeah, that's how I felt about Ted Lasso. I don't know if you watched that. Mm-mm. It's like football, soccer.
Oh yeah.
And it wasn't like you didn't have to be a soccer fan to get it. It was obviously about like the characters and the story and everything. That was just kind of like the backdrop for it, like the setting. But it was cool. Yeah, it was fun.
So,
a bunch of non-Star Wars TV shows.
Oh yeah,
we're gonna watch them.
Here's another thing that I came across that has nothing to do with the show, nothing to do with Star Wars,
nothing to do with our
but
show?
It will tie in. So recently, I saw an article. Someone found ancient footsteps in New Mexico.
Ooh.
We're talking fucking ancient. They did carbon dating on them, and it's like 23,000 years ago.
Ooh.
Yes.
Shit.
Woohoo. We're basically living in Mass Effect is my point.
I've been saying it, dude, for like 6 years. I've been saying it.
It's so crazy to think that, like, prior to this, everyone's like, oh yeah, people might have been here like 1,000 years ago, but 23 fucking thousand years ago, like during a crazy ice age, they're like, it's impossible for humans to be here, and then they're like, oh goddamn, someone's toenail sitting here, let's check it out.
Yeah, someone's toenail. It survived the goddamn flood and ice age and everything.
But my point is, it's all we've been just doing ebb and flow. Get real strong, die off. Get real strong, get killed off. Get real strong, kill ourselves off.
I'd be curious to know where they got inspired to have that be kind of like the pillar backdrop of the story. But no, it's a thing, man. It's I believe in that for real.
Well, and even like biblically, like you look at, there's always a great flood, and you're like, that was just the last reset button. That's all that is.
Exactly. Every culture on Earth has a story about the Great Flood that will fuck you up.
That was the last, and only if a fair amount of people on the highlands,
right? Yeah,
lived.
And it's it floods the entire world, and then 20,000 years later, it's makes sense that all we really have is a couple toenails.
Yeah,
that's the only thing that made it through. All the fucking animals are dead too.
Yeah,
from back then.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I was like, fuck. Okay, they could have said 5,000 years ago, and it would have broke everybody's historical knowledge. But 23,000, I think it was like there was a range, like 21 to 23,000 years ago.
Where did you read this?
Funny enough, I saw like a TikTok of it. So I Googled it, and a few articles popped up. I just searched like ancient footsteps, New Mexico, and there was a handful of things that popped up. I was like, oh shit.
Oh, right here. It was a suggestion. Hell yeah, dude. Yeah, you're right. 21 to 23,000 years. I got to read this shit. I got to go watch some YouTube videos. Got to start doing some research.
Got to
bust out my Graham Hancock books. And
I got to go walk outside barefoot so people remember me.
Start sticking my feet on the riverbank just so I can get some foot fossils.
Yeah.
Dude, it is Mass Effect, man.
That's all what we're living in.
Like what? Dude, the fact that there's almost nothing left, like it could have been anything. Like humans could have had fucking anything. We could have been so fucking advanced, more than we are now, times 10. And now it's all gone because of the goddamn asteroid and the fucking iceberg, whatever.
Or we killed ourselves off. That's what happens. We're 50 years away from just nuking each other, and there's only going to be like Australia left. And then they're going to...
It's just Phantom Finn over there with COVID.
Phantom Finn. Well, yeah, he's going to live through it. He's going to grow a few extra arms.
Stick his hand into a dragon head.
That's it.
That's how we evolve, man.
So, we're here now.
All right, I got to read up on that, dude. I'm all about that stuff. Speaking of ancient stuff that I'm all into, did you start up Moon Knight yet, by chance?
I haven't. It's on the list. That's
haven't.
one. No.
You haven't yet. Oh. All right. Well, I'm not going to say anything about it then.
I have heard good things. I haven't done any like deep dive into it. I've been kind of ignoring it, but
It's good. I will say that Hawkeye and maybe it's just Hawkeye. For some reason, Hawkeye felt a little lower budget to me. It felt a little more like those Netflix shows. Not that those Netflix shows were bad, but you can tell the difference between that.
Jesus.
I didn't think they were horrible.
Like Luke Cage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did not watch Luke Cage, but Daredevil
obviously,
and Punisher.
yes. Obviously lower budget, yes.
Yeah. It wasn't. Those are obviously loved by fans, so it wasn't horrible, but you can tell a difference. Moon Knight definitely feels on that next level. It does feel
Loki
like a film
level,
production.
WandaVision.
Yeah. Yep. It feels like a film. So
Nice.
It's been good. Really good cinematography. Plays right into the story and like the personality of the main character. But I'll shut up. Oh wait, we'll get into it once you've seen it a little bit. But it's nice to just go in with a character that I literally had never heard of until the trailer popped up, and I know nothing about, and I'm getting to experience it for the first time. So it's fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to jump in because I think that's one of the reasons why I really like Doctor Strange because I knew nothing about him. So when that Doctor Strange movie hit, I was like, "What? You can do that? What the hell?" I'm still trying to wrap my head around what the fuck Doctor Strange can and can't do. But
the next couple years of Marvel are going to be wild, man. Like, the door's open for so much. And I know I've said this before, but like the first 10, 15 years were all very heavy, like military and like Stark technology, military, armies, guns, shit like that. But we're just in the fucking magic and time travel realm right now. And it's just,
what's
ballistic.
What's a couple characters that you learned exponentially more or it just had more appreciation for after the MCU?
Oh, man, there's so many that I didn't even know of until the MCU. Doctor Strange is one for sure. Black Panther. I didn't know anything about Black Panther before. Iron Man, I think, is an obvious one.
Yeah, that's a very obvious one.
I knew, red steel suit, red iron suit, but I didn't know anything about him.
The other obvious one is Ant-Man. Because I remember particularly on the show criticizing
like, what the fuck? You get small?
Ant-Man.
What the fuck?
And that's what, yeah. What is it? He gets small, and then all of a sudden he gets fucking smaller
guy
again?
Shrinks? What kind of superhero is that?
But they really did blow my mind with how he can use that power.
Oh,
it was a really, really fun
physics
movie.
of it, yeah.
But I agree. Iron Man was probably number one on my list because, I thought I knew what Iron Man was, and I still kind of do. And then they just kind of blew the doors open of what he could become. Because he wasn't just... I honestly thought he was just like a menace in a suit. And he just ended up being a genius menace in a suit that led the greatest team of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, and he was the key.
Yep, he was. It's a beautiful story. So it might just be because I am not a huge comic reader, but I might say that about almost anything in the MCU.
It's a valid
because
point.
even Captain America, I know, patriotic, he's got the shield, but I really didn't know much about him until I watched the movies.
Well, the weird thing,
see him evolve over the course of 15 years. It's awesome.
Yeah, I think a lot of them were pretty close. Like they kept it pretty close. Like Iron Man,
totally.
I don't know. Captain America's an obvious one that they, you can do a little more, but Captain America's Captain America. I feel the same way actually about like Thor. Like Thor didn't break the mold that I had him in. Like that's what he is. He's a god. He has a hammer and fucking thunder.
Well, see, I didn't even really know that there were like gods in Marvel, so I was a bit of a mind fuck at first, but
yeah,
I came to like him. It was. It felt the first two movies definitely felt out of place, especially when you go from like Shield and like I said, military stuff, and then you jump to fucking Vikings in space. It's quite a shift, but I came to really dig Thor by the end.
Vikings in space,
dude.
Viking gods in the stars.
It is pretty cool when you think about it.
We're all
just incorporating mythology.
Grains of sand in the wind.
All the big fat cunt.
That's another movie I'm gonna have to. It's
I
just
haven't
climbing
seen that
on my list.
forever, dude.
I know.
It's been a minute.
Oh yeah. I guess maybe that's kind of a weird one because I did learn a lot more about the MCU characters than I think anything in DC. To be honest, outside of like Cyborg, I didn't even realize he existed. To be honest,
Right. You know what I remember of Cyborg before Snyderverse stuff was he was on Teen Titans, and my little brother used to watch Teen Titans.
oh, see,
So
I didn't
that's
even
where
watch that.
that's the first time I had ever really seen Cyborg. But yeah,
He's ridiculously powerful, by the way. He's basically Terminator 3 woman
he just
as a
morph into
god.
everything.
Yeah, he could just do it all.
Yeah. You know who well,
Let's do this: Iron Man versus Cyborg.
because the cube is like all powerful, isn't it? What's
I'm
it
assuming
called?
it's
The
like an
cube? The
Infinity
Allspark
Stone.
or whatever.
Yeah, the
The
Allspark.
Allspark? No, that's Transformers, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, but I think it is the Allspark, right?
I don't know. I'm not a
Afterspark?
DC fan. I just like Batman.
The under
The Overspark.
DC Spark.
I just remember Steppenwolf shouting about it a lot. He just said cube a lot, or spark, or box, or whatever. Allspark is definitely Optimus Prime.
I don't know. It's kind of the same box though.
All these universes are fucking intertwined.
It's all about the Legos.
It's all about the boxes.
It's all about the Pentiums, baby.
I've only heard good things about the new Skywalker Saga game, by the way. The Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga.
Yeah. Tommy Boy was asking about that today, and I saw some snippets that you can like go from saga to saga. Like you can choose
Trilogy
a
to
movie.
trilogy, you mean?
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I saw people like choosing. I want to play episode 1 today, and then you go and play episode 1. You're like, fuck,
Fuck yeah.
that's awesome.
I've only played a little bit of those, but I always heard good things.
They're fun.
It's fun to just kind of like break the rules a little bit, you know? When it's Legos and it's kid stuff, you can just do whatever you want.
Well, that's kind of how I wanted everything else to be. If it's in a fucking video game, give me Ahsoka versus Maul. This is what I fucking want. It's not that hard.
Yeah, they really missed the boat on Battlefront, huh?
Dude, if you could play as Ahsoka in Battlefront, like how fucking obvious is that, though?
Dude, there are not many things more obvious than that. Hey, put Star Wars characters in the Star Wars game. Oh, okay. Shit. Damn it. How did we not think of that?
Good idea.
Instead of 4 versions of the fucking Millennium Falcon, can I play as a different character, please?
Right. Yeah. This one's broken. This one's still broken. This one's broken.
Different
in half.
satellite dish. You guys like that, right? $4.99.
Yeah. $4.99. Have it. In stock tomorrow. Play as Ahsoka, man.
Fuck.
There's
time
not a single Star Wars game out there that you can play as Ahsoka, right? There's not a single Star Wars game that even shows Ahsoka, right?
I don't know.
Because you know what would have been special is if you came across her in Fallen Order.
Yeah, we were kind of hoping for that, weren't we?
She's like the number one Star Wars, like universally liked Star Wars character outside of like Darth Vader.
Now that she's in the Fett, she's kind of looped back, and Mandalorian. Fallen Order 2, high chance for an appearance. I heard a rumor, maybe it wasn't a rumor, maybe it was actual news, that Fallen Order 2 might not be Cal Kestis again. It might be another Jedi that is running on Order 66.
I'm fine. I'm actually fine with that. I thought it was fun. It was fun. You didn't really, well.
It would be cool to continue that story, though.
The flashbacks were really, really key to that game because you get to experience Order 66 from a first-hand.
Yeah, and kids too, a Padawan.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking fucked.
I might need to watch like a cinematic playthrough of that just to relive the story if I don't feel like playing it again. Because I'm just going to be honest, I can't really play anything else until I'm done with Elden Ring.
Yeah, which you'll never be.
It never. My wife keeps asking me that. She's like, "When's that game going to be over?" I'm like, "It doesn't end. Sorry,
doesn't end. Got to restart. Got to get a new character.
I got to do a mage build. I got to do a dex build."
What build are you right now?
It's total strength, pure bonk.
But yeah, but what's your character? Are you bandit?
Oh, the starting class? No, I started as a wretch.
Oh, that's right.
I always do the first playthrough as a wretch.
I was thinking astrologer. I didn't know.
It's harder at the beginning. Maybe that's why when I mentioned earlier that I was kind of annoyed because I didn't have any good weapons. That's probably why. But you get a couple extra levels out of it. It's like you start, all your stats are at 10, but you start at level 1 instead of some of those other classes are like level 8 or 10 or 14 or whatever. So you have some extra room to get some extra stats in there. So that's usually why I do it.
Nice. Is there a release for that game? I'm assuming you're saying Fallen Order 2. I don't think so. I think it's been pushed back.
I looked it up. I didn't see anything concrete. Unfortunately. What do we come to expect? It'll release in 2024. It's been almost, it's been 2.5 years since the first one came out. That's quick, man. Dude, it's been 3 years since we were at Celebration, dude. That's a long, that last 3 years flew by. I feel like we were just in Chicago. Wow. COVID really fucking time warped us all. That's why the Marvel's getting away with all the time travel stuff. Everyone's been stuck in COVID. They're like, hey, this is canon as fuck right now. Ay.
I'm still Justice.
You still talking about Snyder Cut?
Cube.
Oh, he's still trying to research the goddamn Allspark?
Mother box. There's a mother box. There's 3 of them.
What about the father box, dude?
Oh, that's when they all come together, bro. Yeah, because it was interesting.
Nice.
Because that's what Steppenwolf was after, getting the mother boxes together.
Yep. Yeah, I still don't fully get the lore. It's deep. There's a lot there. Uh-oh.
Ooh. I think I had another question here. Oh, I do have a decent question here. Are there any expendable Star Wars characters? And which ones are they to you?
Expendable, like if they weren't in the universe, I wouldn't care.
Or if they were killed off early, or what about the opposite? Are there ones that died that you? I mean, there's obvious ones.
Coleman Trevor, dude. Coleman Trevor.
Thank you. He's both expendable, and I wanted to see more of him.
Constable Zuvio didn't even make it into the film. Come on, bring him back. God. How about characters that got cut out of concept art that never made it into the movie? I want them.
One that should have lasted longer is Tarkin, but they didn't know any better because that was the first film.
He also got a good amount of replay by bringing him back in Rogue One and in the Clone Wars and whatnot.
God, how ballsy
So he's not
was
gone
that?
forever.
How ballsy was that?
Dude, it was.
And people were pissed,
loved it.
Dude, he puts everybody in their place. Like, you think, oh my God, Director Krennic, he's crazy. He's doing this big death ball, and then he goes to his boss, and you're like, fuck, Tarkin's here.
Oh, shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I feel like he got some play, which was good. I'm trying to think of someone that like they never really brought back.
Qui-Gon Jinn?
Yeah. That's probably the one. You know, and there's always, murmurs of him every once in a while. But
Mace Windu?
No. I'm okay with him dying there.
I agree, but I did see some concept art, or not concept art, I think it was like fan art of a like bloody, torn up Mace Windu without his hand laying on the streets of Coruscant, and he was you saw his eyes like open, and you're like, you know how fucking nuts that could be. Like I agree. I do think the idea is we need to kill him. He's the strongest. This is where the Jedi die.
Yeah.
Right in front of us. But I still argue, and I know we have recently argued, that if there's someone going to live, it's going to be him.
He's strong enough too. I mean, if Maul survived, he could definitely survive.
Dude.
But I feel like the Maul revival was so long ago, I feel like they've kind of missed the boat on it. Like if they brought Mace back in like Kenobi or something, I feel like it would that'd be cheesy.
Well, the other thing is you could still, so they could play this off in a tasteful way, though. Yeah. If Maul if Mace did live, maybe in his mind he would think, you know what? What's the point of me trying to rebuild the Order if I've already failed? Like, what am I going to do? Rebuild the same fucking thing with the same people that I know? Like, we're already being hunted. We've already failed. There is no point to me coming back. Let me go and hide and make the small differences in my own path that I can. Because if I show my face for the extended life that I have, everybody's going to try to kill me. Everybody hates me. So now you have to play the Obi-Wan, where let's lay low on Tatooine and save Luke.
Is maybe one of the like Vader coming back is cool, but one of the things I'm most interested in is just kind of seeing that Jedi in hiding type of deal.
And that's
We've seen
actually
a bit of that, but it's going to be cool seeing Obi-Wan doing that.
That's what I got to read in the Ahsoka novel.
Right.
She was that. Well, even though she didn't consider herself a Jedi at that point, she was that Jedi in hiding, and it was fine. Yeah, I'm excited to see because Obi-Wan has way too many ties to everybody.
Right.
So, and quite possibly people might even recognize him.
Well, dude, he was gallivanting around the galaxy with Anakin.
Oh yeah,
for
he was
100 years,
poster
slicing
boy number
everybody
2.
up. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He was involved in all sorts of schemes. They went on so many missions during the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
So that'd be good.
Fucko says could have seen more Grievous. I agree with that.
Yeah, he definitely gets played in the Clone Wars, but as far as film, man, it would have been cool if they had just fixed the overlap. Like if Dooku had got introduced in Phantom Menace, the rest of him was the same, and like
I got so excited.
Gets introduced in Attack of the Clones, maybe in Droid Factory or whatever, and he still dies in 3. But like if we just got half of a movie more, I feel like that would have been enough for both of them.
That you actually you've twisted my mind here. Because I was of course thinking instead of like Dooku dying, he would have just existed longer. But if we saw Dooku earlier, that would have been even crazier, especially if he was on the Council in Episode 1.
Imagine if he was Jedi in 1 and then he turned.
Yes, that would have made it so much more. And even like those sprinklings of disagreeing hardly with Mace and Yoda during Episode 1, and then doing those little sprinkle things like my old apprentice, and he points to like Qui-Gon should take his new apprentice and go fuck around and do something. but like those little sprinklings when Episode 2 comes around and they have to fight each other, you're like,
it's more heartbreaking.
Or Dooku says we should not get involved with all this bullshit. The Queen of Naboo is a bitch. We don't need to do any of this.
She got too close.
And then Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon go out there, and Obi-Wan gets killed. And he says, look, fuckers, I told you not to do this. I'm out.
Yep.
You just got like my number one dude killed. He's the only one that I truly trusted in this bitch. Fuck all you, and I'm out. No, but seriously, like that would have played out so much better when he does show up in Episode 2, and he's like on the other side. You're like, no.
I'm telling you, man, Dooku's such an interesting character. I wish we had more of him.
He would have been that domino, like the way they used Ahsoka as the domino for the Fall of the Jedi, where she kind of realized everything. We see that play out. Dooku could have been that original push.
That would have been awesome, man. I'm a huge fan. Fuck.
It's also crazy to think they almost repurposed, because Anakin was supposed to be like the Jedi that fell, like historically in the OT. We talk about Anakin. Oh, okay, now he is your father. He did fall to the dark side, and then we take a look, and you're like, oh wait, Dooku fell to the dark side. Ahsoka left the Jedi. Like it wasn't like Anakin was the first.
Yeah.
But you look at in a tunnel of the OT, you're like, oh, Anakin was the one
and
true one, and he fell, and everything fell with him. But that's not true.
Turkey Sandwich says he wants to see what happens to the Death Sticks guy. That's a good one.
Yeah. Or his offspring.
Dexter Jetster. Does he still have the diner? Does it get shut down?
Is he still at the diner?
Property tax is too high.
Yeah. Or did he open up a second location?
Somebody burned themselves with the coffee and they sued him. He's out of business.
It's out of business.
He's working for the Empire now, making fucking hash browns.
One that we've always argued is they could have killed Finn off in Episode 8. Would have been perfect. But
so
Poe
conflicted on that one though, because I love Finn in 9.
Yeah, Poe's another one, but I'm trying to think of like how this would have affected the story. Like if the Fallen or the
You're saying if Poe dies
treason,
in 7 like he was supposed to.
well, no. Sorry, if Finn didn't die or did die,
How would that affect Poe
the
in 9?
traitor. Well, how it would have affected everybody. Like the only reason Rey did anything is because she was constantly like saved or corrected by Finn.
Dude, you just did it. You know how forced it feels for Rey to like find out she's a Palpatine and hate Palpatine and like might turn to the dark side because she's so mad?
Yeah.
If Finn died and she was heartbroken over that, that would have made way more sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
God.
See?
I think that might be the single largest missed opportunity in the entire trilogy.
Dude,
Saga.
it would have made it all worth it for her, like questioning everything. She could have went and like trained with Luke, did everything right, got to the battle, and Finn dies in the battle while she's doing everything she can, and she's like, you know what? I did everything I did. I could. I did the right path. I went and trained with Luke, and fuck you guys because he still died. And then she starts questioning everything, and then she finds out she's a Palpatine. And then she really has that like door open. She's like, oh, well, maybe this is my true path. And then it could have been someone like, I don't know, Leia that could have brought her back.
I haven't done a job application in a while. Is anyone up on their resume formats? How do we get our names under the door there with Mr. Filoni?
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Who might have been another expendable one? Like, if this character never existed, I would have been okay with. I have a tough one, and I know I've said something along these lines before, but
yeah, I mean, fuck, dude. Don't say Snoke if you're gonna say Snoke.
Lando. Lando's a toss away character. I don't care how many people like him. He could have been easily a throwaway character. Like he could have been fine in episode 5, but he doesn't need to save the day in episode 6 and then save the day 30 years later in episode 9. Like that was way too much for that character.
He's cool, but the fact that they all just become generals in 6 is still just I'm butthurt about that. And I think I always will be. Yeah, I could see that. I'm having trouble coming up with one that I just like think could just fuck off forever. One that should have come back, I think, is Rick Ollier, man. He really should have been.
To be honest, there
Chief
could have
Admiral of the Republic.
There could have been. Well, let's consider this. When we look at the prequels, of course you can't have them overlap into the original trilogy because the original trilogy predated it, of course. But my point is, and this is a radical one, but like if you were to bring Jar Jar into the original trilogy, something along those lines. Is there anyone that you could copy? Like, because you said Rick Olay. Like, if he were to show up in like episode 4 and we're fighting with the rebels.
Oh yeah, dude! If Rick Ollier was like on Wedge's level, that would have been fucking sweet.
That's my point. And I know that's impossible because of the way things played out. But
if in episode 1 they had gone back and made that like a 20-year-old Wedge Antilles, is what you're saying.
Ooh. Yeah, if Rick didn't exist, if that was Wedge.
Right. Yeah, that would have been sweet.
Or like Wedge's father, if you want to get like the time right.
There is a limit to that, though. I feel like if every character in Phantom Menace was like all related and interwebbed with each other,
complain
it would have
about
gotten
that.
stale. But yeah. It's fun to
General
theorize about.
Pride. Good call.
Yeah, see, his whole he just completely hinges on the fact that Palpatine is back. If Palpatine wasn't back as like the storyline of 9, he wouldn't exist at all. You know what I mean?
Well, what was the general of the Juggernaut Star Destroyer thing, whatever, in episode 8 at the very beginning? What?
Ooh,
like a small character like that.
Fire on the base. I don't remember his name. Fuck,
I love him though. I fucking love him though.
Yeah, he was savage. I wish he would have lived.
If he would have lived at least to episode 9, maybe died in 9 because he was ruthless.
Dude, that ship goes out so fast.
Yeah. Because of one ship. Like, I like Poe, and he's fucking amazing, and probably he's arguably better pilot than even Anakin. Like,
Well,
no,
no,
shit.
it's because Rose's sister, the bomber.
Oh yeah,
There are more of us.
there's a couple more of
I'm
us.
just blending all the fucking quotes together.
Once
Rancors
more.
is one that I could throw away. They could just not exist at all. Unkar
Yeah.
Plutt, he could fuck off forever.
Yeah, Bib Fortuna.
No, how dare you? How dare you?
Yeah, The Adventures of Sebulba. Trying to think of her.
The drunk guy next to Sebulba. Fucking Radical Phoenix is a Rose hater over here.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for the Cruella de Vil, Evil Eyes, I would not be mad about it. And she also got totally shafted in 9, which I feel bad about.
Well, I'm trying to play out Poe here. So I know he was originally supposed to be killed off in 7, but what if they took him to 8 and then killed him off at the beginning? There's a lot they could have done, you know.
I like Poe continuing on because then if he gets killed off, you got to introduce somebody in 8, like a Lando situation.
Like Lando is introduced in 9.
Yeah, but you got to have the third party of the little trilogy, or not trilogy, triumvirate, show up and then become best friends with them. Or, oh, I know a buddy from back in the day. We used to gamble, and now he's going to become a general and help us defeat the Empire.
Is it weird that, I was going to say C-3PO and R2-D2 constantly save the day, but BB-8 doesn't really do dick, except for controls
Saves the
that.
day.
Yeah.
He zaps people. He trips people and shit.
That's true.
I like
He throws
BB-8.
coins at security guards.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
Does C-3PO or R2 do something that dumb? I can't think, like, we've got to be giving them a pass, but then I look back and I'm like, I don't know, spitting coins.
Do you hate in the beginning of 3 when he like sprays those droids with oil and then lights them on fire and flies away?
It's
All of a sudden R2 can fly.
It's definitely a stretch,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, you're not, yeah. It's along that
That's the
same vein,
level. Yeah.
but it's more badass than goofy as fuck. But yes.
Yeah, that's true.
They're stretching that in a badass way instead of, hey, get this. He's like a ATM.
He's a slot machine.
He's an ATM right now.
In reverse.
So
I wouldn't have minded that if he hadn't hacked into the top of an ATSD. That is the one where I'm just like, please just shut it off. Like, I need to make my own selfish version, a supercut of 8 with just all of the Kylo Ren stuff, and just watch that. And DJ, he is still one of my favorite, like, just side characters that just pops up and does his thing and then disappears. I do love DJ.
he has a nice, like, he's not a super deep character, but he drops a couple knowledge points that Finn picks up on, and then Finn starts questioning everything, and it's like, that's perfect. That's all that DJ was supposed to be.
Yeah, he's a badass. I dig it.
Huh.
Yeah, Star Wars.
What character most screams Star Wars to you out of the Star Wars universe? Like when you see that character.
Oh man,
Or
R2-D2.
let's do top 3. Yeah, that's actually a good one. Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason, every time I see that little white and blue guy, I'm just like, man, Star Wars.
Fucking Star Wars.
Because I was gonna say Darth Vader at first, but I feel like he is so scary, and Star Wars' vibe isn't necessarily always like scary and haunted and demented.
Yeah.
That's like a rare occurrence.
I'm going to agree with you on R2. The second one I'll throw out there is probably Yoda. Whenever I see Yoda, it's like, there's only one thing that I think of. Single thing. It's Star Wars.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Fuck, man.
Yeah. Do you have a third?
Chewbacca.
Yeah. That honestly, that might have been my top 3 too.
And I think it's funny. Chewbacca perfectly exemplifies that element of Star Wars that's like sci-fi, but also like
Goofy,
earthy. Like
earthy.
He's
that's
he's
the
like
word.
An animalistic character.
Yeah.
With sci-fi tendencies.
Yeah, that's earthy is the word I've been trying to come up with for the past 30 episodes. Like there's something in the dirt in Star Wars that you can just feel. Like you go to Star Trek and I'm too disconnected.
It's
I
all
feel,
sterile.
and of course, most people will probably prove me wrong if you're a Trekkie, but Trekker.
It's Trekker now.
No.
Please.
Han Solo is a bitch.
I
Yeah,
haven't seen that in forever.
it's
The
weird
guys
because we
are gonna
chose
request that we do commentary to the fanboy
We-
commentary.
we chose 3 characters, non-human characters. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if there's like a human that exemplifies Star Wars. I think that would be kind of go against the point. I mean, I guess a Jedi,
Vader
like,
maybe.
maybe Qui-Gon or Obi-Wan in their full robes and everything.
But
with the Padawan braid and their lightsaber.
it's weird. It's weird because Obi-Wan, his character template exists in a lot of different stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yoda is very, very unique. Like he's like the
his
master's
style
master.
of character is Admiral Kennedy, Witch Hunter says. That's the guy at the beginning of 8.
Oh,
Thank
good
you.
call.
Thank you. No, his character type is in a lot of stories. It's a trope, just the same way.
Yeah.
I see what you mean, though. Like, Ben kind of fills that role, and then Yoda's even above Ben.
Well, my point. Well, yeah. Exactly. He's the master, but then you go to the master's master, and Yoda's more of like a fucking god in the original trilogy.
Yoda's master?
Find
That's
out
who
next.
we're going to find out in episode 10. Maz.
Yeah.
Maz Kanata.
Maz Kanata.
That's another one they did dirty.
See, I'm wondering how much Carrie Fisher's death played into, like, how much did it mess up? Not mess up, but like tweak episode 9. Like, what?
So much.
What was the true plan? Like, was she supposed to be the saving grace of Rey? Maybe.
She probably would have ended up dying anyways.
Yeah,
She would have had more dialogue, and it would have been a little.
I don't know. I'd love to hear that.
Yeah.
Was she supposed to be the one that lived?
Maybe. I feel like with the timing, they probably hadn't fully fleshed out 9 by the time she passed, anyways. Because it was soon after 8, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it was in the making of 8. I thought.
Like before it premiered.
Yeah. Because weren't they were limited in 8? Maybe you're right. It was between 8 and 9.
I'm gonna find out.
We shall Admiral Akbar. Oh, you're saying Admiral Akbar as far as like one of the characters that you see. Yeah.
She passed away December 2016. So a year before Last Jedi came out. So yeah, it was like after filming before the movie released.
Yeah,
so there's no way they had 9 like fully done by then.
Well, my thought is like at the end where we see Rey on Tatooine, instead of her just looking up at some suns, which that probably would have happened anyways, but maybe Leia would have been there and like embraced her and been like,
instead of Luke surviving and carrying on with Rey, it would have been Leia.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the whole idea, the way they spun it was like Leia was kind of the wisest out of us. She was going to be a Jedi. She turned away from the path. Like, they could have had a lot more fun with that if she was able to act and like give some lines
she is
and whatnot.
100%. She's untainted by the Jedi. Like, she never learned. Like, Ben, I don't think barely even talked to her in episode 4. Am I imagining things? Like, I don't even remember Leia having a conversation with Obi-Wan.
No, because by the time they even see him on the Death Star, he's fighting Vader and he dies.
Oh, that's right. Because it's like a switcheroo.
Yep.
As soon as Ben dies, they're picking up. Yeah. Fuck.
Run, Luke.
Man, that almost.
She trusts him though.
I'm blowing my own mind.
Her dad must have been talking him up all those 19 years because that's who she wants to reach out to.
Yeah.
You're my only hope. How do you know who this guy is?
She never even gets to him.
Do you think we're going to see Leia in the Kenobi series? There has to be some kind of reason why she knows that that's their only hope before we get to episode 4.
You know what they could do? Not that I have an explanation, but they could really change what "You're my only hope" means.
Totally.
and really fuck with us, because that's like, no, I am your father. Like, there's those phrases that 100% live in only Star Wars. From a certain point of view,
You're my only hope.
you're my only hope. Like,
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? It's not a story the Jedi would tell you.
Anakin, drop.
Not from a Jedi. Qui-Gon, sir, I'm tired. Those iconic phrases that only exist in Star Wars. You know.
Anakin Skywalker.
Used to think people gonna die. Okay. Oh.
Wow. Yeah, I think it'd be a good story choice if I'm still blowing my own mind that I never thought about it. Princess Leia never has a conversation with the guy she's been searching for the whole time.
I know. She needs to. Maybe they'll do it. I mean,
But
they did.
Ben knows about her. Obi Kenobi Ben knows about her.
Well, he was there when she was born.
It's weird because you put those, like, there's that missing relationship that I always just assume, and then you start taking a deep look at it, and you're like, fuck.
Oh wait, yeah. He kind of almost birthed her there.
Yeah, he was there at her birth, but they never met.
He was kind of the midwife, the mid husband,
the mid man,
the mid Jedi. Okay, Kenobi, it's coming up. Let's keep theorizing. Maybe we'll get hired by Disney by the time it comes out.
Tell you what, you want to save a franchise.
You hire these two folks right here. We'll make it happen.
Well, yeah. I would 100%, just to fuck with everybody, I would make a Star Wars movie that's not based around a human.
I've been waiting for that for a while. Since 1977, basically.
It's a long time.
I know. My entire existence has been wrapped around it. No, I agree.
You know what I like about Mass Effect is that humans aren't the number one species. It makes it such a twist on everything.
But it is still based around, like, as far as the character.
Right. But my point is, if we base it around an alien species, all of a sudden we become the minority and the, quote, lesser than species in the current system, or, you know. So it's like, fuck, it would have been cool to see, like, an uphill battle and the struggles and
Playthroughs of Twi'lek or whatever.
Fuck yeah.
Dude, you think they'll throw different races into the KOTOR remake? You think they'll just throw, like, Twi'lek?
There's a Twi'lek mullet.
Twi'lek mullet, Revan, female.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think it would be cool.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, again, I don't know how close they're going to keep it. They could go wild, or they could just basically, like, reskin the existing thing.
I'd rather them go fucking bananas.
Me too. Dude, I'm nervous about it now. Okay.
I'm nervous about everything.
Pretty much, yeah. Except Moon Knight. Go watch Moon Knight.
It's crazy how far Disney's come. You know, just thinking about Mickey Mouse, this is where we're starting. Look at this funny laughing mouse, and now we control the globe.
Yeah. It's 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. I've been seeing a bunch of commercials.
Yeah, it started as a cartoon, and now it's an amusement park. It's controlling film studios. It literally has its hand in everything.
They're like the Creativity Corporation.
Create Corp?
Yeah.
Lando system.
I think, in general, they're doing pretty good. I have some grievances with their subsidiaries, but in general, they're doing pretty good. I also think...
I don't know, Disney stock is down over the past 5 years. Oh, 5 years it's up a little bit.
Bob Iger should not have stepped down. That's a bummer.
It has been kind of a downfall, honestly, over the past year. Interesting.
Yeah, I wish he would have stayed. He seemed like a nice guy. Okay. We are going to be recording with Revenge of the 90s next week. Getting ready for May the 4th. We're going to talk about The Phantom Menace, which is the only Star Wars film that came out in the 90s. So we're excited to sit down and chat with them again. That'll be coming out on May 4th or close to May 4th. the morning of May 4th, the eve of May 4th.
Nah, stop it.
But that'll be fun. We'll talk about Phantom Menace. We'll probably do some theorizing about Kenobi and everything. And it's good to sit down with those guys again. So, Specialicity.
Good day, Galaxy. Appreciate everybody who's tuned in live with us.
Thank you, patrons.
Thank you, everybody. Yeah, we'll catch you next week. Maybe. Unless Disney gets a hold of us, then we're going to be canceled.
We're shipping off to Los Angeles, baby.
Oh, yeah. We've got new directors. They're going to replace me with a spatula. Okay, bye.
I'm spearheading a new Star Wars project. It's starring Weird Al.
I'm in. I'm in on it.
He's a true Star Wars fan.
He's an actual
Genius, man.
Yeah, he is a genius. Downright genius.